everybody, and welcome to the cutest little scene you have ever seen. Look at this baby! Yumi is a little donut on Maple's bed this morning, and I freaking love it. I feel like Maple has not really been too much of a pet person in her lifetime, but these kids wanted cats, and of course the cat has decided to love Maple the most out of everyone, which I think is pretty much how it goes in real life too. Whenever you get a pet, it always loves your parent better, right? So little Yumi is asleep on Maple's bed. It's adorable, but that's okay. She can stay there. Maple is going to sleep in today. She does not have work, but you know who does have work / school today? The twins. I ended up replacing the high school from the one we played in last time because it was just broken. I have play tested the new one and it seems to work way better, so I'm really excited to go into school today with these guys. This morning Adelaide has woken up and she unfortunately is on her period, so I am going to send her to the store this morning to pick up some pads / tampons so she can use that today. And I'm also thinking I might buy some Wupu protection for her. Today is Love Day and I feel like she's kind of at that age now where she is wanting to explore that kind of thing a little bit more. Same with Sydney. So I'm going to get them some of these and hopefully they will come in handy at some point. Go ahead and open these up. And I'm actually just going to drag a couple of these into Sydney's inventory as well. So if he decides to, you know, get a girlfriend or a boyfriend or whatever, at least he's got it, you know? Okay? They're teenagers. It's just what we're going to do. All right. Once you get home from the store, let's come and pop a pad on. This is actually Adelaide's first ever period. I've obviously just installed Wonderful Whims again after having it out of my game for a while, and I'm ready to be re-immersed in everything that it offers. I'm going to use the preference today to sort of scope the surroundings and kind of figure out what Adelaide's preference is. So far, she has found literally everyone unattractive or basic looking. So I'm actually going to develop her preferences now, and I'm just gonna go with random. Her preferences are currently being developed, and I think we'll do the same for you too, Sid. Mabel is off work today. I kind of think that she probably will want to spend the day seeing her mum, so I actually might invite Dallas over this morning. We probably won't catch her before we have to leave in just a couple minutes, but I think she's going to invite her over and just spend some time with her mum today, see how she's doing, and that's our cue to leave the house. Bye, Maple. Alrighty, here we are. Welcome to the day, guys. Adelaide is already immediately just starving, so she's going to head in and get herself some food. Sydney will follow shortly. We're just going to pretend the high school has always been the same, so no need to question about that at all. Let's come over and pick us a locker. Let's come claim this one over here, Miss Adelaide. I want to decorate it like we did last time. Where you off to? And there are some new Sims that I want to get her to meet. So over here we have a Sim that I don't recognize. I think I actually made this Sim. I'm going to have her come over and do a respectful introduction. And I think Mr. Sydney can probably do the same. Nice to meet you. Oh my god, finally she has a good sentiment with someone. This is Elsie. Sydney's meeting her as well. They've got a good sentiment too. And there are some more people down here. I think we met a couple of these Sims last time, but I want to try and introduce myself to as many as possible. It is actually Love Day in game today, and I think that Adelaide is kind of at that point where she wants to potentially find some love or find someone that she can experience her first time with. She obviously is feeling aroused from being in her period. So whether we sort of find a date for today, Love Day, find someone that we're actually attracted to, have a little crush, or maybe we just see if one of our friends are interested in exploring that woohoo side with us, then whatever she wants to do is whatever. But since it is Love Day, I think that's probably where we are going to be heading today. All right, let's see how our things have developed. We still feel like June is basic looking. Elsie, basic looking, but we have good sentiments with her. Lex, we surprisingly just think is basic looking now instead of ugly, so that's an upgrade. So yeah, we're slowly getting there. I don't know what her type is yet. I actually did randomize her preferences, and I do think that she is bisexual. Yeah. So literally, you know, the world is your oyster, Adelaide. You just need to find someone that you think is attractive. Art class this morning, apparently learning about, oh, I love how it's actually related to what they're learning about, because they're in art class and it's got all these like shading techniques and how to draw things and like 3D, I guess, proportions. That's really cool. I love that. So they're just going to focus this morning on their class. I want to see if Sydney ended up getting any good sentiments with the people we met this morning. He actually thinks that Ava is attractive, and I think she is the only one that he finds attractive so far. Everyone else he just thinks is really basic looking. All right, so we have to be friendly with the sim and study for exams today. I think we're just going to talk to our best friend, or our best friend in progress, Lex, over here. I'm just going to tell him that he's our like favorite person so far in the class, and I think she wants to talk to him about like love day and let him know that she is really interested in potentially finding a romantic partner, but she's like, honestly, I'm having so much trouble. I feel like everyone here just doesn't get me. Like they all think they're just too cool, and they think that I'm some sort of like geek or whatever because I like to play video games. And I know you think I'm cool, Lex, but like we're just friends. And I think he sees her in the same way. I'm actually gonna ask him about woohoo and see if it's something he has ever experienced. He's like, have you had your first woohoo before? Because I am kind of interested to, you know, do that and try that with someone, but I don't really know how to go about it. He says, well, I think I can answer most of your questions. I'm not too sure about all of them or anything. I tell you, I know it's true. Don't go listening to any of those rumors. What? So he has had like a woohoo before? I'm going to ask him about his messing around interest. I think this comes off as a romantic interaction, but I am just curious to see whether our friend over here has had woohoo in his life before. He's like, this is kind of embarrassing. So say I wanted to like experience that for the first time. How do I feel like I would go about it? Like, it's like I'm not seeing anyone, and I just feel like I'd be uncomfortable doing it with some random. I guess she asked him about his interests, and he said he's like not too sure about what his interests are. I think he kind of said that he just woohooed with someone randomly and it didn't really mean anything. I actually think she wants to give it a go. I'm gonna see if I ask him to mess around whether he would decline it. She's like, well, you know, you're like my best friend, and I mean, do you think you'd be interested in woohooing with someone like me, just like platonically? It doesn't have to mean anything. Just, you know, to get so my first time isn't awkward or anything. She's like, I just wanted to be with someone I trust, and he actually agreed. What? Well, obviously, I don't know. I felt like he was gonna decline her, which is why I did it while they were in school, but he has actually agreed. I don't know where they're off to do this, but I think he's gonna show her the ropes because she's interested. It's love day. Oh my god, are they going to do it in the dumpster? They're going to do it in the dumpster outside of school. Adelaide! Oh my gosh. Alright, so Adelaide is experiencing her first ever woohoo experience with her good friend on school grounds in a dumpster. And immediately she wants to enthuse about a new geek show. Adelaide! Oh, there they go. Well, I have to say, I guess that's eventful. She's like, thanks so much. She's like, yeah, you know what? Now I feel a bit more confident, and when I find someone I really like, I guess I won't feel too awkward about it. You guys really better get to class though. Your class is in 16 minutes, I think. The day already finished. Has everyone left? Literally, the day is over. Everyone has left school. What is going on over here? Someone is like protesting or something? She's promoting the football team. I'll come and ask about it. Well, that was a very interesting day, if I don't say so myself. Adelaide, she skipped the end of class to woohoo in the trash can with one of her good friends, platonically. So that's her first time ever messing around, and pleasant fumbling. So she seemed to have a good time, but now we're just back upstairs and we're asking June about the football team. Adelaide's always really been into soccer, so honestly she may be interested in joining the football team. What? She said, sorry, I don't think this is the right social group for you. Better ask someone else in a group more suited to you. Wait, did I ask to join the wrong... I guess she has to join the after school activity before she can join their like club. Dang, no wonder we don't like June. She's kind of rude to us. I think I'm going to send these kids home for the night. I'm hoping Dallas is still going to be there so we can catch up with her briefly. But we had a pretty eventful day, especially from Miss Adelaide, so I think we probably should head home. Alrighty, we're home. Anzu has come to visit us again. Oh my gosh, I'm actually surprised she came back over after the incident last time. But here we are home. Maple actually wants us all to come in, sit on the couch together because she does have some news that she wants to tell the kids. I don't know how they're going to feel about it. We're already feeling pretty tense and angry after today. So I don't know how we're going to feel, but Maple's going to come in and she's like, hey kids, can you sit down? I'm actually going to get her to sit over here. Maple is like, as you guys know, I had Grandma Dallas over today. She is not coping well with the loss of Grandma Yuki, and I've kind of decided that after spending the last however many years away from my parents, I think it's time that I wrap up my adventures of my own for now. Oh my gosh, please sit down, girl. She's like, I've decided that I'm going to wrap up the adventures of my own, and I'm actually going to spend the remainder of Dallas's time left that she has with her. Sydney is like, what does that mean for us then? And Maple is essentially going to say that she is planning to sell the house here and she is going to be moving to Brindleton Bay to move in with Dallas. She's like, I did ask Dallas if she'd be willing to move here, but unfortunately she doesn't want to give away the family home. She wants to help Clementine out, but I don't think she can do it on her own. So I've made the decision to move there. She's like, I'm leaving it up to you guys to decide what you want to do. You're both at that age now where you can make your own decisions. So she's like, if you want to go move in with your dad, you can do that. If you want to come with me and stay with Dallas, you can do that. She's like, if you want to go stay with your auntie Anzu or Honey, like whatever choice you guys want to make, I will support you. She's like, I'll support you financially, whatever you decide you want to do, but we're giving up the house and I'm moving, which is unfortunate. So I think we'll probably have one more day in the house, and then once these guys get home from school tomorrow, that will be it. We'll be packing up and moving. So Miss Adelaide and Mr. Sydney have some time to think about what they want to do. Not a lot of time, but a little bit of time. And then by the end of this episode, we'll be out of here, I reckon. And since Adelaide did end up getting her first ever period today, I think Maple is probably now going to take the time to actually have the woohoo talk with her. Let's give it to her since she has decided to, well, Maple doesn't know she woohooed, but we're like, hey, like, look girlie, I think it's time we have this chat. And she's like, you need to be safe. You need to use protection. You know, she bought some this morning. It's so embarrassing for both of them, but we're giving her the birds and the bee talk. And Sydney, you're not far behind, brother. Look at this. What do you want to know? Adelaide's parent literally just tried to have the woohoo talk with her. Like, there's anything that Adelaide didn't already know. With some experience to hand, it's probably a good thing Adelaide's parent didn't ask where that information came from. Girl, you woohooed one time with a friend. You do not know anything about being safe. Oh my gosh. We'll come give Sydney the same talk. They're both sort of at that age now where it kind of needs to happen. This is so embarrassing. Mom, seriously, from you could have asked Dad to have this talk with me. What do you know about it? Oh, that's so awkward. All right, looks like Adelaide's actually taken herself to sleep. I don't know if she feels super happy about the news that she found out today about moving. I don't think it's fully registered yet, but that means she also is going to have to move to a new school and make new friends. And she literally is like so close to her friend Lex now. I think she's going to be really sad to say goodbye. But on the plus side, we got denied from joining that social group we wanted to be a part of. So maybe at the next school, they'll let us in. Oh my gosh, his little woohoo talk moodlet is so much different from Adelaide's. He is like so happy to have that information from Maple, whereas Adelaide's like, Mom, I already knew that, duh. It's so funny. All right, that's enough games, Adelaide. We need to get our homework done before school today. She feels like there's no point to do her homework because she's literally going to be moving to a new school, but your grades and everything will carry over, so you need to still do your homework. She's come to do it on her mum's bed though. She wants to be next to Maple and spend her last morning here with her, which I think is really adorable and cute. make sure you get it all done. She can't really blame Maple entirely, but I think she probably can't help but feel a little bit angry with her because this is just so typical. Like, Maple doesn't really consider her kids when she makes these decisions, and we've just moved and moved and moved and moved. She's been between like a broken family, staying with her dad, staying with her mom, and she's been to Strangerville, like she was in Solani. Like, every time Adelaide finally feels like she can settle down and make friends somewhere, they end up just getting like scooped up again. And even though that woohoo meant like really nothing to her yesterday, it was the first time that she was able to share such a big piece of her with someone else, and she really considered Lex a safe person and someone that was a really good friend that she could see in her life for a long time. But now that she is having to move, she just doesn't know whether that friendship is going to remain, because everywhere she's moved to in the past it hasn't. And she now feels worried that she's given a part of her to someone that she can't stay connected with. And she partly blames Maple for that. So I feel like maybe a little bit of resentment is growing here. I think she kind of doesn't even want to go to school today because she doesn't want to see these people and have to say goodbye. She kind of just feels like it's a little bit too much. I'm actually going to see if she can get the day off school and just not go in. I think she wants to maybe invite some of her friends over here instead, just to say goodbye in a different way, or maybe spend the day by herself. I don't know yet what she feels, but I just know that she's like, what's even the point in going to school when I have to leave this afternoon? Like, what is even the point? And I think she's decided that she doesn't really want to see anyone. Today she's just gonna play some video games on her computer by herself. She's like, I just need to get used to being alone, and I just gotta get used to moving all the time. I'm so over it. She's actually gonna come over and enter a gaming tournament because we do need to do this as part of our generation. But she's been playing a lot of Sims, so we'll enter a Sim gaming tournament today just to take our mind off things a little bit. Oh no, she's listening to Japanese folk music. Aww. You playing in Mount Komorebi in your game, Queen? So she didn't end up winning the gaming tournament, which is unfortunate. I think she's actually going to text Lex. Well, I think he actually is probably going to text her. And he's like, hey, we'll send her a sad text. He's going to be like, hey, Sydney told me that you guys were moving. Is that why you're not at school today? I thought maybe I did something to upset you, but... So he's like, I just wanted to reach out. He's like, let me know if you want to catch up this afternoon before you go. Aww. She is just so sad. She's crying. Oh. Yeah, her and Lex are just texting. He's like, let me know if you want me to come around after school. Like, whatever you want. And I think she's probably just going to send him a little bit of a sad selfie. And she's like, I just didn't expect this to happen. She's sad about it. She's going to actually invite him over to the current lot and say like, yeah, I'm happy for you to come around. I'd actually love to see you. She's like, I'm really sorry. She's like, I kind of regret not going to school now. I didn't really think that this might be my last chance to even see you. I was just so in my emotions. He has left school and decided to come and see her. There she is. Gonna add him to our group and probably just head down to like the beach area, I think, down here. Let's go make some sandcastles down here together. See if we can like cheer her up. She's really gonna miss being here, and we didn't really get to experience the beach all that often. I really was excited to have all of our friends over at some point as teens and spend the night like making a little bonfire down here. There's so many possibilities that we now are not gonna have because we are moving, which is really unfortunate. But we can at least have one last day with our good friend Lex, and he's the only one that I'm kind of sad about saying goodbye to. Sydney has other friends that he is obviously going to be sad about, but for Adelaide, it's going to be Lex because she's obviously still going to see her cousins because they're family, but he is the one that she's not going to be able to see as often. Although I still feel like they'll make their friendship work, you know? Aw, see? So together they're making a sandcastle. He's like, do you think it's okay if we take a selfie together? Like, just wants to really remember him. And after they finish this, I think we'll come and like swim here together, and she probably just wants to back float and just kind of relax. I think he's making a gnome. And she's doing a turtle. That's cute. I'm gonna share some melancholy thoughts with him as well. Just open up really about how she's feeling about all of this. I think she's gonna express kind of what we talked about last night and how she felt, you know, about Maple and everything, our like latest games, and let him know that we entered a gaming tournament today, but we didn't end up doing very well in it at all. And she's like, it'd be really cool if we could play games online together at some point. Maybe we could still like hang out on like Discord and play video games. She's like, what kind of video games are you into? And turns out they're actually into very similar interests, so she's quite happy about that. He's like, yeah, we should definitely still play games together, maybe like once a week or a couple of times a week. He definitely still wants to be in contact with her because he feels the same way about her than she does with him. He's socially awkward, and he's had a hard time making friends, but with Adelaide, he just feels like things are so natural, like they're just a really good pair of buds. Oh, this one's kind of cute. Like, it's just platonic, but all right, get your butt in the water, come on, before the sunset goes down. Oh my gosh, Sydney likes video gaming. Is Sydney here too? Sid, why don't you invite over some of your friends and we can all go swimming together? Who do you want to invite over? You kind of had a crush on Ava, and then we got along really well with Sherry as well, so I'm gonna invite both these girlies over. And you can head down to the beach once they get here with us. He's like, hey, you guys want to come around to our place tonight? I love how much she is just so like chillaxing right now. Where did Lex go? We were like swimming with him and now he's gone. Did he leave? I hope not. I hadn't really said goodbye to him yet. No, he's still here. Oh, okay, he's coming. He probably just went up to use the toilet or something. That's fine. Like, hey, there you are. He's like, yeah, I just went to go to the bathroom. I saw you were just back floating. I didn't want to disturb you too much. She's drawing a little star in the sand. She's like, hey, Sherry, good to see you again. We actually haven't met Sherry properly, so I'm going to do like an actual introduction to her now. I feel like she's kind of just been hanging around and these guys haven't really had too much of a chance to talk, but I definitely want to say hi to her. And then we do know Ava, and Sydney knows Ava as well. She's just sharing some photos with him, showing him some cool things that he might be interested in. I think he's gonna ask her if she is single. Obviously, it's not gonna really matter because I don't think at this stage they're gonna do any sort of long distance, especially because they are just teens. But it is his last day here, so I think he is gonna shoot his shot and just see how she feels. I'm just gonna flirt with her because she is single, and he's like, I just wanted to let you know that I'm just shooting my shot. He's like, I think you're attractive and I think you're cute. He's gonna do a bold pickup line. Sydney has a major crush on Ava. I think we should probably just tell her that we have a crush on her. We'll see how it goes. That was successful. Adelaide seems to be getting along well with Sherry. I'm gonna reveal crush and be like, I'm sorry if this is awkward. Oh, wait. Things are very awkward. He just straight up told her that he had a crush on them and it didn't go very well. I don't think that Ava feels the same way back, so we'll probably just try and keep it platonic for now. Maybe it's not that they don't feel the same way back. Maybe it's just they're not really at that point yet with us, so I think Ava's like, honestly, Sydney, I kind of just saw you as a friend. I didn't really think of you in that way. And since you're leaving, I don't really know if I'll have the chance to think about you in that way. But we're like, that's okay. We just wanted to let you know since it's kind of our last chance to let you know. But things have quickly gone from awkward to less awkward, which is good. Ava is clumsy. Okay. All right. Adelaide is asleep down here. My girl, who are you love hearting with? Who's she dreaming about? That was weird. Okay, I think we're gonna have to head back home and say goodbye to everyone. Oh my god, he's still trying to flirt with her. He just tried to ask her to mess around in the shower. They are messing around. What? Sydney. Maybe after that little spiel where he was like, I just wanted to shoot my shot because it's my last day here. Maybe she's like, you know what? It is your last day here. Why the hell not? And they're gonna go mess around in the shower. Makes sense, I guess. She's like, I don't feel that romantic attraction to you, but they're just gonna mess around. Okay, Adelaide, you might want to keep your mum a little bit distracted, because he is. Don't walk in there, Lex. Why are you thumbsing up the floor? No, get out of there. He's like, I really should get going. See you later. Thanks for coming over, Lex. That was so awkward. So both my kids have ended up having woohoos in today's episode, which has been eventful. Sydney is feeling really happy about that, and him and Ava seem to be in a good place now. We'll say goodbye to her. Wow, they're actually flirting now, and I am interested to know what Ava thinks about Sydney though. Oh, he's talking about moving. Throughout the conversation, Sydney got the impression that Ava finds him quite attractive. Oh, okay. Maybe Ava is one of those people that's like, I need to be physical with you before I know, but now that we have done that, maybe I do kind of think you're attractive. Well, bad timing for it. Okay. Ava's like, all right, all packed up and ready to go, buddy? I don't think so. We need to, I really want to be friends with someone, but they don't really seem to like me. It was like, you can't force friendship. You're just gonna have to get along with people that like you back. But yeah, Adelaide's in bed. She's asleep. I think she's gonna pack up her room. We'll get these photos off the wall. Grab these ones. Can we take our computer with us? We can. I don't think we can take anything else though. And now we're gonna be leaving. We're gonna be moving. All right. We have officially moved in to Dallas and Yuki's household. The guys are making their way inside. Maple is going to get their stuff all set up for them whenever they're ready. This is what we're working with, FYI. If you're new to the series, you may not have seen us living in this house previously, but there isn't a lot of space for everybody, unfortunately. Obviously, we have Dallas's room, and then this is where Clementine was sleeping, and then her daughter, who is now aged up into a child, is in this room. So we're gonna have to work out a way to have everyone fit in here, and I think Maple probably wants to just have a chat with her kids and just let them know, like, obviously this is not the ideal situation. I know you guys are used to sleeping in the same room together, but there might end up being all three of us in the same room together. Like, she wants to know how they feel about that. So we'll have a conversation over here with Adelaide, because we can kind of tell something is a little bit off with her. She's like, Ads, talk to me. Tell me, how are you feeling? And Adelaide's like, Mom, I know that you sort of felt like you have no choice but to move here, but I'm so sick of moving places to places. I finally felt like I was in a place where I felt comfortable. I had friends, and it just got ripped away from me once again. She's like, I know that you can't help it, and this is just how your crazy life has been, but I really just want some stability. And being here and being crammed in a room as a teenager with my twin brother, it's like, I love him, but Mom, I need privacy. I'm a teenager. I'm growing. I'm changing. And it's embarrassing. He walked in on me the other day, and I had my first period. I didn't know how to, like, explain that to him. So Adelaide's feeling a bit overwhelmed and upset. She feels like she really just wants her own space. She really just wants to not be in the situation that she's in. I think she's gonna whine about her unfair life to Maple and just say, I know you've tried your best, but it is really unfair for me. It's so unfair. I'm so sick of it. I just want stability. And she's like, I wish I could just move out, you know, by myself or with Sydney, and we can just be somewhere where we can stay and we don't have to leave again. And Maple's like, well, Adelaide, I gave you that option. You know, your grandma's got a plethora of money. If you guys want to get a place on your own, I don't blame you. You're old enough now to look after yourselves. You want to stay somewhere local so I can, you know, still take care of you? That's fine. If you want to go off and live your life, go off and live your life, you know? She's like, I graduated early, and the first place I went was to Mount Komorebi with, you know, my grandma, and it was the best decision I made. It made me want to travel, but those years of my life was what was important to me, and you need to make that decision for yourself too. So after that conversation, she wants to give her mum a hug, obviously, but I think that Adelaide has decided that she can't stay here, and that being in a house crammed with, what, 3 generations of family is just not going to work out. She shared a tiny room with her brother her entire life, and she's sick of moving around. She wants to stay somewhere. She wants to make friends. She wants to find love, and it's not going to happen if her life is constantly getting flicked around. And she knows that's the case because Mabel has not been able to find love, and she's been traveling her whole life. She doesn't want the life her mum has. She wants something secure. So we're actually going to come over here and take a look at some apartments on the computer. I think she probably wants to split from this household and move out. Having a little browse, deciding where we want to go. I think our mum said that she'd be happy to help us rent a place. For now, I'm just gonna have just Adelaide, but if there's enough room wherever we're moving to, I will bring Sydney as well. I'm gonna give her 50, it's way too much. I'm gonna give her 30,000 simoleons for for now, and I'm going to just say this is money that obviously Dallas and Maple have given her to get her by through high school, and then whatever's left once she is an adult and has a job, she will have to give back because she's obviously not going to be working while she's a teenager. And this is kind of where our search has taken us. We are in Mount Komorebi, which is a long way from home, but we have found a rental apartment that kind of fits our needs. We're in the lobby downstairs, just getting ourselves some food apparently. Go for it. Browse the vending machine. Are you feeling hungry? There she goes. She's gonna get herself a coffee. And I think it's about time we head up to our apartment. So as you can see downstairs, there's like a little swing, and then there's a little lobby with a gym. Head upstairs to the first floor, and then we head upstairs to the second floor, and this is where we are going to be living. So it is a what are you doing? Get yourself a cupcake. Okay, it is a sort of 2-bedroom apartment, but it's only just got 1 bed in it so far. I'm thinking about changing this room to be Adelaide's like bedroom instead of just a gaming room, and then we can probably have Sydney in this room. I feel like it'd be fun to have our brother live with us. We're gonna feel really sad being away from him, honestly. So I'm gonna get him to move in with us right away, and also the cats. But I feel like it's perfect. It's a lot bigger than we're used to sharing our space with our brother, but it's still small enough that it is not going to cost us an arm and a leg. It's about 120 simoleons in rent per day, so I feel like our money is going to go pretty quickly. We may have to get some part-time jobs, but our parents also said that they would support us and help us out. I'm really keen for this adventure. And her setup definitely has a major upgrade. I'm actually going to get her to come over and just jump on and play some games. Girl, you need to stop with buying this vending machine food. Just eat your cupcake, okay? Alright, you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and leave things here. Before the next episode, I'll have Sydney move in. I'll give the apartment a slight makeover so it can fit the both of us. And I'm also going to go ahead and give Adelaide and Sydney a little bit more of a mature teenage makeover now that they're kind of in the later half of their teenage years. I'm really excited for this next chapter of their lives. They are going to be living on their own, and they are quite a distance away from their parents, but I thought Mount Komorebi was a good fit because I had placed some rental units here that were sort of cheapish, because I feel like in most other places Adelaide was going to have to buy a place and she just didn't want that kind of commitment. So it was either here or Tomarang or Evergreen Harbour, and I felt like Mount Komorebi kind of just fit her the best. You know, there are lots of gaming conventions and things generally around, and I think that it'll be good for her to be here to also just learn about where she came from. Obviously her family line is from Mount Komorebi, so yeah, I'm really excited. I'm really looking forward to the next part of this series. So if you guys enjoyed, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and also subscribe if you're not already, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye!